Hey guys, this is Neeraj Singhvi, your transformation coach. Today we are going to talk about a story which you must have heard during your childhood days. But before we do that, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below and hit the bell button so that you can get such stories again and again from us. So let's start this story, which is about the turtle and the rabbit. Have you heard about the story of a turtle and a rabbit race when you were a child? Maybe most of you have, but that's just one for the story. Let me tell you once again so that you can recall some childhood memory. Once upon a time, a turtle and a rabbit had an argument about who was faster. They decided to settle the argument with a race. They agreed on a route and started off the race. The rabbit shot ahead and ran briskly for some time. Then, seeing that he was far ahead of the turtle, he thought he'd sit under a tree for some time and relax before continuing the race. He sat under the tree and soon fell asleep. The turtle, plodding on, overtook him and soon finished the race, emerging as the undisputed champ. The rabbit woke up and realized that he lost the race. Can you tell me the moral of the story here? Well, everybody knows this. Slow and steady wins the race. This is the version of the story that we have all grown up with. But then recently the story continues. The rabbit was disappointed at losing the race and he did some soul searching. He realized that he had lost the race only because he had been overconfident, careless, and lax. If he had not taken things for granted, there's no way the turtle could have beaten him. So he challenged the turtle to another race. The turtle agreed. This time, the rabbit went all out and ran without stopping from start to finish. He won by several miles. What's the moral of the story here? Well, fast and consistent will always beat the slow and steady. It's good to be slow and steady, but it's better to be fast and reliable. But the story doesn't end here. The turtle did some thinking this time and realizes there's no way he can beat the rabbit in a race the way it was currently formatted. He thought for a while and then challenged the rabbit to another race, but on a slightly different route. The rabbit agreed. They started off. In keeping with the self-made commitment to be consistently fast, the rabbit took off and ran at top speed until he came to a broad river. The finishing line was a couple of kilometers on the other side of the river. The rabbit sat there wondering what to do. In the meantime, the turtle trudged along, got into the river, swam to the opposite bank, and continued walking and finished the race. What's the moral of the story here? First, identify your core competency and then change the playing field to suit your core competency. Well, however, the story doesn't end here. The rabbit and the turtle by this time had become pretty good friends and they did some thinking together. They both realized that the last race could have been run much better. So they decided to do the last race again, but to run as a team this time. They started off and this time the rabbit carried the turtle till the river bank. There the turtle overtook and swam across with the rabbit on his back. On the opposite bank, the rabbit again carried the turtle and they reached the finishing line together. They both felt a great sense of satisfaction than they'd felt earlier. What's the moral of the story here? It's good to be individually brilliant and to have strong core competencies, but unless you're able to work in a team and harness each other's core competencies, you'll always perform below par because there will always be situations at which you'll do poorly and someone else does well. Teamwork is mainly about situational leadership, letting the person with the relevant core competency for the situation take leadership. Well, to sum up, the story of the rabbit and the turtle teaches us many things. Number 1, fast and consistent will always beat slow and steady. Number 2, work to your core competencies. Number 3, pooling resources and working as a team will always beat individual performers. Number 4, never give up when faced with failure. And number 5, compete against the situation, not against any rival. If you can do these, it will start transforming lives. Well, till next time and the next story. See you. Bye-bye.